Artificial intelligence is poised to disrupt many industries, but perhaps the most glaring institution to be impacted by AI will be education. Today's guest, PhD candidate Ksenia Jourova, will help us analyze AI's potential impact on the education system. Xenia, welcome to Open Source.
Hi, Bobby. Oh, thank you for inviting me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's a really interesting topic. I keep hearing the two industries that AI is going to disrupt the most are education and healthcare. And I was like, okay, let's do one on education. We had talked offline. You have a really interesting perspective, but let's start with the current state of the education system. What is that right now?
Yeah, so the current state, I would say, as somebody who's been teaching college for 13 years, am completing my PhD, and am also a mother of two grade school kids, the state is deeply troubled, and our practices are outdated. They're industrial revolution quality practices. What I mean by that is it's mass standardized type of approach to learning, which means that a lot of students fall behind. I'm wearing a button. We're going on strike at Seneca College very soon. This button is from 7 years ago when we had a grueling strike that lasted well over a month. And a lot of students were so negatively impacted that just the dropout rates are bad, and so the education currently is not performing. Especially, I mean, what is the purpose, what is the role of education? It's to
Mm.
prepare citizens to be members of society that bring meaning and productivity and interest to the world, create new things, good things. And that's not what's happening. AI is part of our world now, and the education system is definitely not responding very well to the situation of technological advancement.
So why is the education system not really working that well? Like, is it because of the technology? Is there something else happening?
No, actually, it's a great question. A lot of fear is what's motivating stagnation and the lack of interest in uh, trying to create change and use our human creativity to wield the power of AI. So, I've been researching this a lot. I'm writing about the impact of AI on specifically aspects of education that we know have only recently been bolstered with some support. And what I'm thinking about is neurodivergent learners,
Mm.
right? Who up until even the 90s or early 2000s, not not something that was really considered as an important topic, right? The autistic
Mm.
kids, the kids with all kinds of learning challenges were not really given that much thought. And so currently, a lot of panic, I think, is stemming from the fact that professors and, many, many professors who are my colleagues are terrified of the cheating that AI is allowing to, you know, happen in a way that's just easier, and so this is the point. And I've been listening to a lot of people at Stanford, MIT, and people like Salman Khan, who created Khan Academy, and they're all chanting, statistically, we already did some research in the last 2 years of chat gpt, and 60 to 70% of students have been cheating always, prior to AI and with AI. So in fact,
Wow.
cheating's not really getting worse, it's just different. And we have to adjust, and we have to think about the fact that the Industrial Revolution created practices that we are still using. And what we've done, and what I've done, and I critique myself too now, is that I've basically took analog practices like giving tests, and exams, which are based a lot on rote memorization and that kind of, sort of regurgitation model of learning. And I put that online, and I see it doesn't work. So
Mm.
then I have to adjust as a teacher, and I have to say, how can I make my assignments more meaningful, more engaging for my students, that they wouldn't just take the route of putting a prompt into ChatGPT and copy pasting the answer
Well,
into the.
it's good that you're thinking that way, right? Obviously, you're very forward thinking, you're very smart, and this is why I wanted you on the show because I know that you have some really good high level ideas about how AI and education could work together. And we're going to get that in the future segments. I got Ksenia Jourova here on open source.